works fine. This exercise is a core-assisted hip flexor exercise. A lot of people in today's modern society get very stiff hip flexor muscles. These are very important. The hip itself, the ball and socket joint, only moves about 10 degrees in extension, so there's not a lot of movement here. But there's a lot of people that have 0 degrees of hip extension. So things like walking, running, or other exercises, those folks that are missing the 10 degrees of hip extension are going to note that, quite a bit of back pain because the pelvis is going to tilt. So the setup is just as important as the exercise. So we're going to get her in a single knee position. If you've got a nice padded floor, that's fine. If not, you may want to put some towels on the ground, or if you have some gardening pads, but we're going to suggest not to put kneecap right onto a hard floor like this. This stick doesn't have to be a PVC pipe. It could simply be a broomstick, but this is going to help you with balance. The elbows need to be straight. The stick is going to be out at maybe a 10-degree angle. That leg is going to be out at a 10-degree angle. There you go. Probably that's too far. Back just a little bit. The rear leg, walk across here. The toes should be tucked here to give you some stability, because there's no reason to be unbalanced during this exercise. Last but not least, part of the pre-exercise, if you will, is to stay very tall through this position. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you kind of dump forward.
Oh, do it wrong?
Yeah.
Right now?
Go ahead. Because to do that takes the tension off of the muscles in the front of the thigh, and the exercise will not work. So we're going to stay tall. Now, I'm going to use the word translate forward and not lean forward, because we do not want to give up this tall upright position. The patient is going to translate forward on the hip. This stick is going to go to about 0 degrees, which is also going to tell us that, give or take, that hip is going to be at 10 degrees of extension. As we translate forward, more weight's going to transfer from the upper torso onto the stick, which is going to tighten the core. And many people will find that they are more comfortable in the stretch position than they were in the neutral position, because now the core is stabilizing the hip in this position. I would like people to hold for about 10 seconds, relax, come out of the stretch. And if they need to, because they haven't reached 10 degrees yet, they can reach that stick out a little bit further, and we will progress again through the same motion. Okay, good. Now we're going to show another way that this is done wrong. Go ahead and come back out of that. Keep the elbows bent. If we keep the elbows bent, the core will not become tight. Go ahead and come forward. And look what happens here. So instead of it being pure ball and socket hip movement, her pelvis is moving. So it's really important to keep the elbow straight, and that will make the exercise completed properly.